All right. Ollie's first. He says, what topics do you use for press releases when you're running press releases to Google Business Geo posts? Also, how many publication pickups do you normally expect from one press release? Okay, so I've been teaching about this for like 3 years, specifically on how I use press releases for pushing maps. And that's all I use them for now. I don't, the only time I link directly to a money site with a press release is if I'm trying to correct an imbalance in anchor text ratios, which happens sometimes. Some projects that we get are already have terrible anchor text ratios where they're way over optimized with keywords and things like that. And so a press release to the money site with a brand anchor is a really good way to kind of normalize the anchor text ratio a bit. So I'll do it then. I also build press releases to my directory site. I'll link directly from press releases to my directory site. Do that all day long. In fact, most of the links that have been built to my directory site have been from press releases. And that's I just bring that up because I don't like to use press releases to link to the money site, except for those specific situations that I just described. But for using, if you got a Google business profile with the asset, or with the project, that's perfect, because whatever page that you're trying, or post, whatever it is that you're trying to promote on the money site, so the main site, the main self-hosted website, you just summarize that into a Google business post, which is only 1,500 characters, which is roughly 200 to 225 words. Okay. So you just summarize whatever it is that you want to push on the main website into a Google business post, put a nice image on it, then link with the CTA button, the learn more button usually, to the post URL or page URL, whatever it is on the money site. Then you extract the post URL from the Google business website once it's published. And before everybody asks, yes, you can still create a Google business website. I know it's made it harder for us to, in some cases, it doesn't appear naturally like it did in the Google Business Profile Manager. So there's a hack that you have to use to get to it. And I'm going to pull that up again because people ask about this all the time. It's a fantastic article by this guy, Tim from Hypertrix. I encourage everybody to bookmark this. I very rarely ever comment on any sort of post, but I commented on this one because this has been so helpful for a lot of our members. I don't know this gentleman, but I'm seriously appreciative of him posting this because I've shared this with so many people. So I'm going to post this in chat, guys. But anyway, so once you have published the Google business post with the button, the CTA button linking to whatever it is that you want to promote on the money site, wait till it appears on the Google business site and then go extract the inner page URL from that. So it's like it's a post URL or page URL from the Google business website. I always like to convert it to the alternative format, the format of the GB website that's a more powerful version because it's on the google.com domain instead of the business.site domain. So for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, let me stand by for a minute. I'm going to pause the screen and prepare something very quickly. All right, just a second. And I'll demonstrate this too, because we got plenty of time today. All right, so here's an example. Here's an example of a normal Google business website URL. You guys see that? The one on top. All right. That is a normal Google business website URL. It's on the .business or .business.site, whatever subdomain you want to give to it, .business.site. But the same appears on this version, right? So it's business.google.com/website/ whatever the subdomain is that you created when you created or published this Google business site. Does that make sense? And take a look at this, guys. This is the exact same website. So let me just open up one and we'll open up the other. We can go view the metrics in Majestic so you can see the difference. The authority level on google.com is significantly higher than it is on business.site. So I always like to convert it into this version. And I'll just show you how you do that with posts in just a second. Okay. So this is the normal version. This, you see the URL. Here's the more powerful version of the URL. They're both the same damn site. Okay. So if you take a look at, we just go open up Majestic real quick. What we're going to do, sorry, I was in the wrong goddamn account. That's my fault. Stand by, guys. I got to pause the screen. Usually when I'm doing a live presentation, I log into my other account that doesn't have all my client data in it. And this time I forgot to do that. So I apologize. Give me 1 second. Craig says, should I attend POFU Live? Of course, everyone should. Everyone. Get your family members and invite them too.
Special prices for your pets.
Yeah. Yeah. Bring your pets, your friends, your family, all of that. All right. So I'm going to grab this screen, or excuse me, grab this URL, publish this. We're going to open up another instance and grab the other version. Okay, so I've not built any links to this version of it yet, which is true because I haven't really done much with this project, but I just wanted to show you now, if we bring this down to the subdomain level, okay, let's take a look at that first. We'll start with the subdomain level. And you can see the subdomain level, because when with the Google Business websites, when you create the subdomain, it's not going to have any authority built to it yet because it's brand new, right? So you're not going to have any links built. Now, I've built a few links to it this way, again, probably from press releases. So you can see it's not very powerful. We'll look at the root domain here in just a minute. But what's interesting here is you can see the subdomain for business.google.com, right? Very strong compared to this, right? And when you publish a Google Business site brand new, it's not going to have any metrics. So why I'm saying is like this right off the bat, as soon as you publish the Google Business site, you're benefiting from these kind of metrics, if that makes sense. So there's a huge difference between these two versions as far as the authority level of the domain that they're published on. So what I always recommend, and just to kind of demonstrate this, if we go in and just take a look at one, do I have any posts on here? You got to be kidding me. I don't have any fucking posts. I really don't. It means they've yeah, I need to publish some posts on here. So if we can just find any one of the Google Business posts that it's the same format, stand by 1 second. I'll open up the file and show you what that looks like. Okay, here we go. So hopefully you guys see this. This is the difference in how you would format the post URLs. So the normal post URL looks like this. So it's whatever your subdomain is, .business.site/post/post ID, which is just a string of numbers. And then to convert that into this other format so that you have the Google Business post URL that is on the stronger subdomain, then that's how you do it. So I'm going to post these into our post these in chat, guys, so you have these. But all I'm saying is, to get back to the original question, I know that was a long-winded way to get to it, but first I wanted to explain why I do this, okay? Because it's much stronger this way. So when creating whatever it is, it's not difficult to publish a press release or have a press release written and published when you're promoting a normal page or post on the website, right? That's what your end goal is. But I don't want to link directly to that. I always want to buffer it through the Google Business asset if possible. So that's why, like I said, just summarize the page or the post into a Google Business post, 200 to 225 words, use the CTA button to link to the post URL on the money site, then wait for it to publish on the GB website, get the inner page URL from that post, and then convert it to this alternate format. That becomes your target URL for your press release. Does that make sense? And you can hit that with an exact match, or what I call a target anchor. It could be a target or topic anchor. A target anchor is keyword plus location modifier. A topic anchor is keyword only. Okay. So when I say target keyword plus location modifier, it can be keyword plus city or city plus keyword, or keyword plus near me, or one of the variants of near me. So like nearby, in my area, around me, close to me, etc. So all of that is just to say you can be a lot more aggressive linking to these than you can your money site. So you can push keyword relevance through these posts, which are Google assets, which can help maps to rank, which ultimately will benefit the money site too through the CTA button. But that's buffered because the anchor text is learn more if you're using the learn more button. So the anchor text is learn more. So you're buffering kind of all of those keyword anchors through a, what I call miscellaneous, or another term for that would be generic anchor. So it's a fantastic way to kind of push link equity, right? Juice through a Google Business asset to the money site without a direct link to the money site. And it works really well. So I like to do this. And then usually in the press release, I'll publish a second link, which will be either a Google Business review share URL or a link to the Google Map share URL for the same location, if that makes sense. Because again, then it's just more about sending signals to the map, the Google Business profile, than it is anything else. So hopefully that's clear. Looks like that didn't separate properly. And guys, let me see if I put a the way it posted in chat didn't come out right. Let's try it this way. That's better. Hopefully that's clear.